Captain Starlog, April 21st, 2174. After an enjoyable baseball game with USS Varen's crew, we continued our survey of the 13th moon of Prajali II. This moon's landscape is filled with dense grasses and exotic shrubs, as well as rich with medicinal potential. Initial scans show that while the plant life flourishes, the animal life is limited to small insects and bacteria, hinting that the ecosystem might still be transforming. The information that most interests me currently is that the landing party detected an erratic life sign appearing sporadically a few kilometers from their position. Perhaps this moon is not as devoid of life as we thought.
Okay, so that is generally where we find ourselves. The landing party consisted of Hard Hat, Dr. House, and Lieutenant Sova. And you three were more or less confronted with meeting a older, elderly looking Andorian. And he identified himself as Uzaveh, and he spoke about sharing his gifts with you and helping you reach the next stage of beauty. Once it was revealed that one of your shipmates, Ensign Thakaner, was somehow affected by something that this individual was doing, you guys took action. So if I remember correctly, Arhat, you approached Azava and basically put your will, a test of will against his own, and you were met with searing kind of like migraine, intense pain, and Dr. House and Lieutenant Sova went back through the brush to the shuttle pod where they discovered that the shuttle pod had been purposely and intentionally sabotaged. And when they were putting this together, that they saw Ensign Thakaner come bursting through the foliage that they had just traversed and was heading towards the shuttle pod, towards them. What we will do is, as Lieutenant Silva and Dr. House heard Arhat yelling before getting to the shuttle pod, they are now confronted with Ensign Thakaner coming to the shuttle pod.
I would like to do a minor action, draw my weapon,
Okay.
and I would like to order the ensign to stop. And if he does not, I would, because he's what, like 20 feet away from me?
More or less. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, a few yards.
So I would probably I would yell, give him half a yard to respond, and if he kept charging, I would pull the trigger.
Okay. So you come out of the shuttle pod with your laser weapon pointed at him, and you command him to stop progressing towards the shuttle pod, and doesn't seem like it's getting through to him at all.
All right. Then I would pull the trigger.
Okay. So you are going to roll a control security difficulty 2.
And just that for everybody to know, we currently have no momentum.
Very good.
16. That is not enough. I got one success.
So you take a shot at him, and it kind of goes over his shoulder, and he makes no appearance that seeing that being fired at him bothered him in any way.
Okay.
I have a hypo spray of
Okay.
knockout serum in my pocket, so I'll use that.
You have to close the gap. So you want to close the gap, Caleb, and you want to.
Hypo spray his neck.
Okay. That will be a daring security difficulty 3.
Oh, good.
That's interesting. It wouldn't be a medical?
Mm, I will let it be medical if you want.
But
There.
we don't have any momentum for him to buy a dice, so
Nope.
it's a fail no matter what.
No, if he rolls a 1,
No.
it'll succeed.
Oh.
You gotta have faith, Adrian.
Faith
I
of the
believe in
heart.
I have faith, the heart of the dice. So let's see. I have a focus in diagnostic medicine, which I'm going to use. So if I roll a 4, it's a double success.
Perfect.
5 and a 17, so just one.
So you walk over there and you reach out with the hypo spray, and he moves out of your grasp. And now he's
Clever girl.
gonna take a swing at you now.
Good.
He has a 12.
Okay. Did you succeed in any way, Caleb?
2 successes.
Okay, so 1 momentum back. You can't spend a momentum to hit him back because you don't have enough, but you can move out of his reach.
Okay.
So is it my
I'll
turn?
take a step over.
Now it is your turn.
Is he close enough for me to move in?
Like you want to close the gap on him?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can close the gap on him.
So I'm going to do the minor action to move forward, and then I'm going to nerf pinch him.
Okay.
That would be 3 successes.
He failed on his opposing counter. So 2 momentum. Okay. Ooh, nice. So he takes 5 stress.
Mhm.
But he avoids an injury. He does not go
Oh,
down.
Wow. You spend a lot of moment or a lot of threat.
No, I did not.
Oh, so you have a special power.
He might have a special power. Okay, House is next.
I will try to do the same action again.
Okay. This time I will make it difficulty 2, and it'll be medicine daring.
That is a wow. I rolled a 1 and a 12, so that is 3 successes.
Look at that. Okay, so what is your medical number?
4.
Okay. Mark down 4 more things, and he still stays standing.
Yep. He's got one stress left.
Yep. So now he's going to attack you, Andrew.
Okay. I'm going to use a momentum to did the reading,
Okay.
so I can use my science number instead of security.
That
Okay.
that was with a successful like hypo spray.
Yep.
Well, that's not good. His brain will never recover from this.
Okay, so he succeeded 1.
I succeeded 2 because I have hand-to-hand
Okay.
combat as a focus.
Okay, so you can either move out of reach or you can spend 2 momentum to like hurt him in return.
I only have 1 momentum now. Do I get a momentum because I got 2 successes. He only got 1, right?
I guess that's how counterattacks work. I guess they work as tasks. So
So yes, I get a momentum.
I guess so.
Okay. I would just because I'm going to take the next action, right?
Yep.
Can I just dodge out of the way and then go for another neck pinch?
I mean, it's not really going to cost you anything. So I mean, if you're just
Yeah.
going to move, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not going to cost you anything to like take a step back and then step back in if you want. Because he
So that's
failed,
what
right? Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's back to you. So
Because I'm going to go for the nerf pinch.
sure.
Oh, I failed.
You try again to do it, but he just keeps moving out of your way. He moves
Yeah.
away. It's back to you, House.
I'll do a nerve pinch.
Okay.
Oh, revealing yourself to me, huh?
Yeah.
So do
This is the
it's the same thing that he did.
Yep. Science daring.
I need a 15, 12, and a delta, so 3.
3 successes.
Yep. And he's dead.
So you watch as Sova goes to grab him, and as he backs up from Sova, he kind of walks into House's hands, and immediately House returns the favor. And he applies a Vulcan neck pinch in front of Sova.
How many momentum do we get from that?
2 momentum.
2 momentum. Very nice.
So yeah, so you do that, and you watch Sakaner fall to the ground. And while you guys are contemplating what's happening. We'll cut back to our hat. Now, our hat, it is very, what's happening in your brain hurts pretty good. It does not feel good. It doesn't seem like Uzaveh here is focused on continuing with you. He's sort of walking away from you. He's not like full on walking, but he's like turning away. You have the choice of hoping that your comrades will come back and help you up, or you can take 3 stress to your thing and get back up.
I was debating on do I try and attack him or do I hold off? Because he really didn't do anything and he almost put me out. Problem is I don't want to just let him go. So I'm gonna take the 3. I have 9. I'm gonna take a hit of 3 and get back, try and get up.
So you kind of slowly, one leg underneath you, balance on your knee, next leg underneath you, stand. You kind of, wobble for a minute, and then now you're upright.
I'm assuming he's just walking away from me. Is he
Yeah.
walking toward
He's
the
walking toward generally like where the rest of them went when you last saw them.
so he's basically heading towards Sova and everybody.
Generally, I mean, that's your impression.
Am I able to contact Sova and the doctor?
You can try.
So first off, I would try and contact Sova and the doctor just to see if I can get a hold of them, give them a heads up. I was also thinking, see if they were able to do anything with the ship.
Gotcha. Okay. So you open up your communicator and you start to press it to make contact with Silva or House. Silva, you get on your communicator. Your communicator goes off. Let's put it that way.
So I flip it over and I would say hello.
And you, Arhead, don't hear him say hello, and you, Silva, don't hear anything.
Okay. So I would check to see if there's a signal or anything.
So you don't know what's going on, but it does seem like you had more success talking to each other than you did trying to reach the ship.
Oh, because I tried to contact him. Would Sova, would you try and contact me back?
I think I would. Like, because I heard the chirp, like somebody called me.
Right.
So I would do like a general, this is Lieutenant Sova. Didn't anyone read me?
So House's thing chirps, and he picks it up, and he can faintly make out you talking to him on the communicator.
And he's only like 2 feet away from me, right?
Correct. But you don't know that, Arhead. The communicator chirps, but you don't hear anything on the communicator.
Yeah, I would get the hint that our communicators are being blocked, but I at least know that he's okay enough to try and contact me.
Right. Like the information that you get from that is basically that you were able to make connection with another Federation communicator, and that another person was able to connect to your Federation communicator, but who it was and what they heard or what they didn't hear, that you don't know.
And I'm going to use quick to action.
So you are going to roll. You're using your laser weapon.
Yes.
So you're going to roll a control security difficulty 2.
I'm good. I got 2.
So what we're going to do is have him take your security number in stress.
Okay, that's 5.
So you aim at him and you shoot him in the back because he's not facing you.
Right.
And you watch it hit him, and he almost like doesn't really react to it more than the fact of like something is hitting him, and he turns around and looks at you. He doesn't flinch, he doesn't grimace, he doesn't do anything that you would expect him to do from getting shot at.
Okay.
Please roll again.
have another 2 successes.
So he turns around, he looks at you, and you get the feeling like this isn't probably going to feel too good in return. So you shoot him fast,
Yes.
and he collapses to the ground.
I would like to do a quick scan, make sure that he's still alive and functioning, but I don't want to get too close.
Okay. So roll a science control difficulty 2.
I suck at science. 1 and 8.
So your scanner shows that he is an Andorian, but there's another life form a part of him. You can't really make out what it is, but there's more to him than just being an Andorian. You can see that he's not unconscious. You can just see
Right.
that he's sort of just laying there. It's almost like he's like conserving energy. So now we will cut back to Sova and House. Here you are with Thakoner. He's on the ground.
Is there any change to him now that Uzaveh is paralyzed or unconscious?
There doesn't seem to be any difference to him right now.
The only thing I can think of is we'd have to tie him up. So I would direct the doctor to see if there's something medical he could do for him while I go into the ship to look for something to tie him up with.
Okay, so you go into the ship to find some sort of like restraining something to restrain him with. There's some general like ropes that you would use to adventure on a landing party. You can find stuff like that.
Do I need to do a roll or anything, or can I just tie him up?
No, he's pretty much unconscious, so you don't need to roll for it. So you come back out, and what would you do? Just tie his hands up?
I don't think I'd full on hog tie him. I think I would tie his arms and his legs, and I'd combine them, not super tight, so he's not like,
Okay.
I would do enough so that way if he tried to like lift his arms or something, he would pull his legs.
Sure, yeah, okay. I know what you mean. So you tie him up, you tie him pretty good. I mean, for a Vulcan, you can tie those knots pretty tightly. So if you want to spend a momentum, I can give you a brain itch.
Yeah, we'll do a brain itch.
So as you're standing here looking at him in the grass, you kind of put the realization that like, you almost wonder if there's something you could do here with the grass. Since the plants here are rich in medicinal purposes and properties, there might be something that you could come up with to maybe do something, because it didn't seem like traditional hypo sprays that would render a person unconscious did anything to him.
Mhm.
So you
So-
almost wonder if something from the planet might affect him.
So I would make the suggestion to Dr. House. Is there, because these specifically are medical plants, so is there anything we can do with them?
So if you, House, want to roll a medicine reason difficulty 2.
Okay. Need a 16.
Okay.
Got a 5 and a 12.
So you look down at the grass, like you look at what is in front of you, and through touching it yourself and like analyzing it and also using the hand scanner, you're able to deduce that there are probably chemical components in here that could either block or weaken whatever type of control Uzaveh has on Thakoner here. So,
So I'll grab some
grab some. All right.
and I'll
So-
start mushing it with 2 stones
Perfect.
to
Stone
create a
mushing time.
salve.
Wow. You know what that sounds like to me.
An extended task.
Yes, it does.
He knew. He sensed it.
It's going to be science reason difficulty 3,
Yeah.
assisted by medicine insight with a resistance of 3,
So
and each attempt is going to take 5 minutes.
I have a 14 in science and reason.
I have a 17 in science and reason.
It is a work track of
Why is it a
15.
difficulty 3 to mash plants with stones?
Yep. So it's a 15 track. Here's the fun thing that Andrew's going to be really excited about.
What's that?
There is a consequence track.
Right.
So if you fail or roll a complication,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to add it to the complication track. If the track completes, it won't be good.
Okay. So I'm gonna use a momentum to buy an extra dice.
Okay.
Going for 14. I
Sounds
got
like
a
a
woo.
threat.
So go ahead, do your assist roll there, Caleb.
2 successes.
Oh, that's right, because you only roll one dice when you're assisting, Caleb.
Oh, did you? I thought you rolled a 1.
Yeah. It
Sorry.
doesn't matter.
Okay, so 1 success from Caleb. So 1 momentum back.
Mm-hmm.
What is your science number?
5. Now here's a question, because that was considered a success, right?
Yep.
I successfully did a test. So can I
Yep.
do testing a theory? Plus 1 dice if succeed on a science or engineering of the same field?
I would say not for this extended task. I would say going forward, you can do that.
Okay. So I'm gonna use a momentum to buy a dice.
Okay.
Going for 14 still. I got 2 successes.
Just 1 for me.
So we got 3.
Okay. We're gonna let these guys keep doing that for a minute. I just wanted to cut back to you because they're at this for a minute. Okay, so he's on the ground. What would you like to do now?
Get a little bit of distance where
Yep.
I get between him and where Sova and everybody went.
Okay.
And see if I can at least ascertain where they are compared to where we are.
Okay, roll me a fitness con difficulty 2 as you push off into the dense shrubbery back towards Sova and House.
I got 1. 1 success.
You're kind of tangled up in the shrubbery, and it's really annoying. Let's have you roll it again. Fitness con difficulty 1 this time.
Okay. A 1 and a
Hmm.
15. So I got a 1.
So 2 successes right from that.
2
Nice.
successes.
So 1 momentum back. So as you come out of the clearing, you can see that Sova and House are at the back of the shuttle pod, and they're working on something. You can see that they have something worked up, and that Thakaner is tied up in the grass. The thing that was concerning you is that in your second attempt of getting through there, you're pretty sure you heard somebody moving through the shrubbery behind you as well.
Right.
So what I did was you're now at the same point where they are. So they're going to roll
Yep.
again now. You guys are all in the same spot. It's been 10 minutes. He's at the tree, he's at the shrubbery line looking at you, and now you guys are going to make your next roll.
All right. I'm gonna use another momentum to do 3 dice. I got 3 successes.
Nice.
Now we're just waiting for Caleb.
I rolled my science, which is a 2. 2 successes.
Yeah, do you have
Or am I using medicine?
No, you are using medicine, so do you have
I have emergency medicine.
Yeah, I'll let that apply. So yeah, 2 successes.
2 successes.
I
All
mean,
right.
this is an emergency, you know.
Okay.
So we're back up to 4.
So what has happened is now you're 15 minutes in, and
Yeah.
now Arhat is over by you. He's over where you guys are. Another 5 minutes
Okay.
have passed. You guys are kind of talking, and to much of your happiness, now Uzaveh is outside of the shrubbery, and he is progressing towards where you guys are standing.
Oh, so now we have to try to complete this while he's coming after us?
Potentially.
Yeah, I don't think you know what happiness is.
So
think that was what is called sarcasm.
Mm,
So I would
one of your human traits.
because we could complete it with one more, but Tharhat would have to cover us, or should we all focus on Mr. Wonderful?
I was thinking about just going quick to action and
Everybody
Attack.
just blast him.
attack him. Whatever you guys do, I'm going to attack. Does my quick to action also cover their action?
Yeah, you'll be basically what I'll allow happen is you'll make an attack, they'll get to roll for their extended task, and then you'll get to attack again. But what we're just gonna say is you're attacking twice, and then they're committed to that because that's gonna take them 5 minutes. So whatever
Yeah.
happens to you, they become locked into that.
So that's what I'm
Unless-
thinking. I want to wait to see, because if he hits him, if he misses, then I'm not continuing the task.
Right.
But if he succeeds, then I would consider.
Yep.
You know.
Was it control security that
Yep.
I'm using?
Yes. Yep. Control
Difficulty
security
2.
difficulty 2. If you're shooting with the laser weapon.
Yes. I got 2 successes, just barely.
Okay. So you shoot him, and when that happens, again, you don't see any effect on him. He continues progressing towards you, and you get hit with a wave of exhaustion, mental fog. So you can either take a knee, catch your breath, and use that for your next quick to action and not attack him, or you can take 2 stress. So you stood there for like 5 minutes, like watching them do stuff, and you kind of just catch your breath. So I'll let you take away 4 from your track. So you can go down by 4, but you're still those are still your options. Is either don't attack a second time or take 2 stress.
I'm thinking about pushing through and attacking.
And
So
roll
what do you
again.
think? What do you think, Caleb? Should we finish the medicine?
Yeah.
2 successes, 8 and 9 when I attack him.
Weren't we going to finish the medicine first? Then he was going to attack.
Well, yes.
I was letting him tack double because your thing's going to take 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like, it's not really going to matter too much.
So, did you get anything there, Caleb?
Just one.
So I got 3.
Okay, so 1 momentum. Okay. So now it's 15 minutes. So what we're going to do is Mike is busy fighting this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take 2 more stress, Mike.
Okay.
And he's not going down this time. He didn't drop
Alright.
to the ground.
I will take a chance to be who I'm meant to be. I won't let fear keep me from trying. It's time for me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. 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 I'm never giving up.
Captain, it has officially been 1 hour since you've heard from the landing party.
Okay. All
Sure
right.
is a good thing I sent 3 people I don't like.
So I would try to contact who is in charge of I would contact our hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you put faithful and trustworthy Jahan on that task, since he is the communications officer.
I'm here to
And
do
we
it.
will be nice, and we will have him roll. You are going to roll, John,
Mm.
a engineering control task, difficulty 0. And then somebody can roll for the ship communications engineering.
So it's a 9. I'll roll that. Nope.
I needed a 16 and I've rolled an 11 and a 9.
Excellent.
So 2 momentum.
All right, we got max now. So if anyone gets any momentum, you got to use it.
So, Jahan, you open up hailing frequencies. You can connect. You can see like the landing party on the scanner. You can see them there, but you cannot connect to his communicator. It seems like it's open.
Holy crap.
It seems like there's not a technical problem on the ship's end. Maybe there's something on his end, but you're not getting any type of two-way communication.
Does it beep
Captain, I think this is
on my
on the
end?
fritz.
Does it at least beep on my end? Didn't think so.
I would kind of assume just like a mechanical communications error kind of thing. Like there's some sort of. I guess what I would do is like have somebody on the bridge do a scan of the area and see like if there's any kind of interference in the atmosphere or any reason why the
If you do
comms wouldn't be
recall,
working.
One of our previous missions, Captain, the foliage proved to be quite difficult for us in a transmission and scanning sense. So
That's true. I do remember that mission.
this could be happening again.
I remember making really good decisions in that mission.
Very, very good decisions, as always.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lieutenant Commander. Thank you.
Andrew, just tell John the target number of Chu, and then you can roll. So what's her science control?
Science control is a 14.
So you roll. It's a difficulty 1. You need 114.
Roll for Chu.
Oh, and she also has a focus in sensor operations.
True.
All right. Well, she rolled an 18 and a delta.
Ooh.
Wow, look at that.
Home run.
That
was amazing.
That was last week.
So 1 momentum back if you need it or not.
We're full, so
Full.
she needs to use it.
Okay. So I'll give them the information, and then if you want to spend it for some more, we can go from there. So what Chu sees on her scanner is that it doesn't seem like there's anything in the atmosphere or the plant life itself is causing some sort of interference. You would have caught that in the weeks of scanning you've done of the moon. It doesn't seem like anything on the planet itself physically is hindering scans. The thing that she does notate, though, is that she finds 3 life signs and 1 fluctuating life sign, all gathered together.
Fluctuating as in like dying
She
out?
can't. No, she just can't. She can't get a full lock on the life sign.
All right. Well, that's cause enough for concern for me. That there's no reason why they would be having a difficult time responding, and then also on top of that, like the fluctuating life sign. So
If you want to spend a momentum, I can give you a little bit more, but if you don't,
yeah, I mean, don't we have the
Can
extra
we use the
momentum?
one? Yeah, we have the one from Chu that we can't use. Can we use
okay.
that one?
You want to just use the free one?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So what she kind of focuses in the scanner a little bit more, since you express obvious displeasure at that, And she tells you that of the life signs that she can see, it is a human, a Vulcan, an Andorian, and something. She says it's either an Andorian or not. She doesn't know.
I think now would be a good time to activate landing party rescue protocol.
Captain, I
Excellent.
have just the thing for that.
Is it by any chance a ground vehicle?
Captain, it just might be.
Wow.
So who's your secondary landing party?
So me and Jahan and Sandin. I think that's good, the three of us.
I love it. Okay, so it's going to take you some time to get down there, the three of you. So let's have you guys are going to continue,
Oh, we're gonna keep doing the track.
unless you would like to stop and.
Yes, I would. He's getting closer, right?
Well, you've been basically right now. What you've seen is for the last 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you've been watching Arhat draw him away from you and shoot at him, and nothing is happening.
Okay. So I would say to the doctor, I think it would be best if we took action to try to stop him. What do you think, doctor?
I think you should help him, and I'll continue.
So I'll draw my weapon, right?
Okay.
And then I'll fire.
Okay.
So I'm doing a 13. I only got one success.
You miss him.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Mike?
I'm going to take another shot at him because my options are let him hit me or try and hit him to incapacitate him so he can't hit me.
Okay.
The nice thing is I have really good numbers to work with, and I got 2 successes.
Nice.
Because I need a 16 or under.
So you are successfully hitting him. There is no doubt. You're hitting him like square in the chest. You're hitting him maybe sometimes even in the face, and it is having no effect on him. He is not
Having
slowing. It's having
no
no
effect
effect.
that I can see.
Nope. Nothing at all. And you will take 2 stress.
Oh boy.
Yep. I'm up to 6 stress out of 9.
So you're gonna roll science reason, Caleb. Difficulty 2. Sorry, it's difficulty 3. I'm sorry. Your resistance went down by 1, excuse me. So it's a resistance of 2 now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll buy 1 momentum.
Yeah.
I got a 5 and a 3 and a 10.
Nice.
So is that 4 successes?
Yes, so that's 4. Yeah, my science is a 5, and I need 17 overall.
Oh, so that's 5 successes, right?
4, yeah, 5, 4, 5.
So 2 momentum, and your thing is a 5, so that's 3.
So we can't bank the 2 momentum. So I would suggest using it to.
Yeah, I'll knock 2 off the track.
It's 2 momentum to put 1 on the track.
Oh, it's 2 for 1. Okay.
So that's good because you guys only have 3 more spots to fill.
Yeah. So if you complete do 1 more, then you will succeed.
And you went through your second breakthrough, so now it's a difficulty of 2. But
Sweet.
that's when you guys, the 3 of you, hear a shuttle coming in from the sky.
I'll try to use the communicator. Sova to incoming shuttlecraft.
And there's a alert at the council. Let's see who would be flying. Probably Sandin.
I'm flying it.
Okay. So
Flying it good.
you see like a thing on the console, like the ship is getting hailed.
Hello?
And when you open up the like communication broadcast, there's nothing. You don't hear anything. And you can see outside the window, you can see a dark figure standing in kind of like robish clothing. And Sova and Arhat are shooting laser weapons at him, and nothing's happening. And you can see Thakaner is tied up, and that house his back is to them, and he is looking at something at the rear of the shuttle pod.
Do we have the ability in this sucky time period to beam them up to the shuttle?
You can tell somebody from the ship to beam them from where they're standing to the shuttle.
Okay, I feel like let's try that.
Okay. So you can either pull Arhat and Sova together, or House, or the Connor.
Who's in the most danger of peril?
You would see, like, from the window, you can see that Arhat is, from your experience, like, he doesn't seem like he seems a little out of breath.
All right, let's
That's
beam
about
him
it.
up first then.
Okay. So it'll be a engineering control task assisted by sensors engineering. So somebody can roll for the ship, and it'll be a difficulty 4.
Sensors engineering. Nope.
I will use Lodak, and he is rolling a 13. So it's a difficulty 4. Would you like him to have more dice?
Yes.
How much would you like him to have?
2, I guess.
It'll cost us 3. We'll only be down to 2.
Yeah. Do
Okay.
it. Do it. Roll good.
Here he goes, Lodak. Okay, 12. 5.
Oh, he's
3.
back.
Ooh, and a nice fat 20.
Nora, are you kidding me?
Oh
So
no.
he needed a 3. He needed a 13. He got 3 successes and a complication.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty sure this is Clark's fault.
Yeah.
Clark.
Clark. What a
So
loser.
Probably not even.
he is
Probably not
not
even
able to
doing
make a
anything.
lock on our hat.
Unable to get a lock on him.
Nope.
Okay, can we try somebody else? Let's try
I'm gonna say with that complication, no.
So I have my laser weapon on me.
Yeah.
Anyway, at the
Yes.
very least. Okay, so let me lean out the side of the shuttle pod
Okay.
like a Mission Impossible scene.
Okay.
Do we even know what's happening? I mean, we landed and we're just firing
Yeah.
our lasers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I'm slowly losing my mind
Well,
a
you,
little
like
bit.
I said, you
Oh.
saw our hat and Sova shooting at him.
Right.
So
Yeah, and like we can see that our hat is like weak and not well, and like the other guy's kind of spazzing out.
And you see like a red shirt basically just laying there, like on the ground.
A red shirt.
Oh,
No,
that's
he's
All
a
right,
blue
let's use a stun level 3 and see if I
Yeah.
can hit the guy.
Same.
okay,
Ooh.
both of you roll security control difficulty 2.
Now we're not doing the thing where we both hit him at the same time and kill him like we
We
previously
can't.
did.
We can't do that now with the new rules, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, I'm
Correct.
just clarifying
Correct.
with the game master that that's not what's happening.
Yeah, he waited until we did that, and then he's like, "Yeah, the rules
Mhm.
changed now.
Yeah,
Now that you've murdered a
Yeah.
I made sure.
innocent man."
I
But
made
you're,
sure to make sure it was complicated for you.
so there's no rules, but your demotion that stays. That stays.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Thanks.
that's on the
No,
record.
That's on the
Gross.
record. That's official.
Ooh, I have 2 successes.
Okay.
I do not have any successes.
Okay, so Jahan misses, and you shoot out the shuttle, all hanging right out of it,
Twice.
just hanging on by a hand, and you fire out like an action hero. You blast him right in the face,
Right in the mouth.
and nothing
Does
happens,
nothing.
and you take
Nope.
1 stress.
I take stress?
Correct.
Yep.
You
I
feel
was
you take a wave.
shocked.
You take a wave of mental exhaustion.
Couldn't believe what I was seeing from the captain. I just completely whiffed.
Is
Okay.
it my turn?
Yep.
I would like to set my phaser to self-destruct and throw it between
The guy?
Uzaveh.
Yeah.
Yes. Not like at him, like in front of him
Okay.
as a blocker, and then like grab the guy on the ground, and I'll grab Tharhat,
Okay.
and I'll help them to the shuttle, and I'll tell the doctor to book it. Okay.
Okay.
So I will wait my turn.
So he's preparing to overload his laser weapon.
Yes.
I'm gonna head toward the
Okay.
shuttle and try and group with
You got it.
everybody, and
Okay.
Okay.
that way I can take a little bit of a rest.
Okay. So our hat runs towards the thing. We're gonna say to get like up to the for where you are to the shuttle to the new shuttle. It'll take a full action because he is not. It is not at a close distance. So you, Captain, and Jahan, what you guys see is this blue guy reach his hand out, and he says, more children, help me. And as he says that, you hear that being said inside the shuttle.
How, like through intercoms or what?
You just can hear the voice inside the shuttle behind you. I'll help you. So you turn to look at where you hear the voice, and then Sandin has glowing blue eyes.
That is
Oh,
helpful.
I would try to see if I could figure out any, like what I could learn by scanning Sandin.
Okay, so you turn and you roll. You can roll a science control difficulty 2. And you, Jahan, what are you doing?
I have 2 successes.
I think
Okay.
I am readying for something bad to happen.
Okay.
I'm on the defensive.
Okay. Okay, now we go to Silva. You are at house standing there.
Mhm.
You have prepared your laser weapon.
So what I want to do, because I want to use it as a distraction. So I want to overload it, toss it. I'm not trying to kill him. What
Okay.
I'm trying to do is get it close enough that it would explode and maybe distract him or hurt his ears or stun him. See what I
Enough to
mean?
like
Use it more like a
disorient.
flashbang than an actual grenade.
Okay. So you'd have to throw it a little good distance because it's a weapon and those things are not small explosives.
Yes.
So you're gonna have to like throw it kind of past him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we'll put you, our hat. You're next to like Jahan, and you're standing at the shuttle. Um, and you see that Jahan has his laser weapon held on inside of the shuttle pod. And that the captain, you can see like the shoulder of the captain, and she's also looking inside the shuttle.
So I would take a look into the shuttle to see what's going on.
And you can see Sandin has his back to you, and he is facing the front of the shuttle pod.
And the phaser is pointed at Sandin.
Correct. Jahan has it pointed at Sandin.
Which would be an indication to me that we have take 2 of a person being taken over. Because I'm so close, I'm debating on not shooting him with the laser and just seeing if I can like put him down or something. He said his back was to me.
Yeah.
So I would try and do some arm locks and see if I can
Okay.
restrain him.
Okay, yeah. So just the difficulty 1, Darien security.
Okay. 2 successes.
Nice. So you
Did we
get
get a
him.
momentum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get him into an arm lock, and it seems like just in time because he was starting to reach and like pull at the console area. You're not quite sure 100% what he was trying to do, but it doesn't seem like it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you get on your scan nightly is that there seems to be some sort of other life sign with his life sign. With the Denoblian life sign, there seems to be an additional life sign with him.
I see. Okay. Okay.
And just as you're watching Arhat grapple and pretty much put him like in a revert, like an arm bar behind his back.
Right.
You watch off out in the window a pretty decently big explosion happen, and Uzaveh drop into the dirt and like into his face. And you also watch House kind of like cover the back of his head as he stands at the thing.
After all that, I would say, making friends, Commander.
Oh, got him.
So I will take you out of combat. Uzaveh seems to be down for the moment.
I would look at you and say, Captain Jahan, I need to restrain him. Connor broke the other shuttle, so we need to restrain him so that Sandin can't do that to our shuttle.
Right.
So right now we need to restrain Sandin.
I see him doing this, and I say, Commander, what's going on? And then you
Yeah.
maybe give me
And
that
my explanation
or-
is the other ship is damaged by Connor being taken over by the alien. We need to restrain Sandin now.
Who's tying him up?
I'm giving him the old
Okay.
tie up.
So what are you doing, Captain?
Fuck
Okay.
not.
So I'm telling House, gather a bunch of crap, gather all the stuff that you're doing, and get on
The
board.
thing is
You
you
and
need to
Sova.
go physically to him because communicators don't work.
And he's not nearby.
You could shout to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
I'm
in the
shouting.
truck.
Yeah. Like, collect your stuff, let's go. Or like we
We
need to get
also
off this
have-
planet.
We have crewmen laying in the field that we need to go get.
So so House and Sova can pick up plants and this dude, right? I mean,
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm just making sure we can finish the extended task on the shuttle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This
I just
isn't
want
going
to
to
make sure we're
interrupt
not
their
going to leave,
workflow.
and then you're going to be like, "Oh, you left. You can't do it anymore."
No, you can finish this extended task on the
Okay.
ship.
So
Send your
what?
task to the ship.
So what I would
Alright.
like to do, right?
Yep.
So because Soba's had enough of this, I want Soba to be not show it, but I want him to be so fed up that he just shoves his hand in the dirt, rips plants out, hands it to the doctor, and says, "Get on the shuttle."
So Jahan is tying up Sandin with Arhat. The two of them are working of tying him together. You shout out at the other two men to come to the ship. Sova rips up a giant clump of this material, of this plant life, and he
And
shoves it into House's hands.
Yep.
And he says, "Get to the ship." And he picks up Thakanar
Yes.
by the ropes and starts to walk towards the ship.
Yes.
Beautiful.
What are you doing, House?
Well, I want to punch Sova for just getting dirt on my uniform, but that's beside the point.
Soba has had enough. He's up to here.
So you have the clump of plant life in your hands and you begin walking to the shuttle.
Yeah.
Hey, so you watch a very upset and very annoyed House walk towards the shuttle with this what he was working on and this mess of plants in his hands.
Okay.
And I walk past everybody. I go right to the back of the shuttle on like the bench.
Yeah,
That's fine.
and
Yeah.
he slumps a whole bunch of that dirt onto the ground. Okay, so everybody's in their seats. It's a little it's a little tight because there's more people than normal, but it seems like you guys have some seats to sit in because Thakanar and Sandrin are on the ground, tied up.
Perfect.
And they're just saying to you things as you're flying, lifting off and going into the atmosphere. They're just saying things like, "You don't know what you're missing. You don't understand." All right, House, roll.
Can I work with House?
No.
Well, I would say he's only got like a minute left.
Mm-hmm.
This will have been the full 5 minutes, so
Okay.
he's just got to roll a science, reason, difficulty 2.
Do you want to use a momentum to buy dice, or
Nope. 2 successes.
Okay, so with that, you complete the track as you're flying back towards the ship.
These plants are useless.
Yeah. His analysis shows that this will present a potential antidote, but it's going to require a workable solution that needs specialized equipment,
Nice.
which is probably back on the ship. So you dock, and let's have either Silva or House roll a science reason 2.
I have a 14. What do you have, House?
17. 10, 12. 2 successes.
Very nice.
Okay, so what from the scans that you have on Uzaveh and from what the things that you have from the extended task, it seems like if you can somehow interfere with his energy matrix, like this output that he is giving, you can interfere with that in some way, that'll be successful in severing his control over these individuals. But it's going to require time and more time and effort. So that's where you guys are. That's where you are before as you dock and you get out of the shuttle pod. So what would you guys like to do now?
My initial thought is toss these two into the brig so that they can't do anything else.
Yeah, I agree. I was wanting to put them in confinement. Let's get House to his lab area so he can finish what he was doing.
So you notice as you guys are carrying Sandin and Sakaner into the like to lock them up, you notice that Sakaner doesn't have glowing eyes anymore, and that but Sandin does.
Okay, so it wears off.
You're not sure.
That's what I would deduce. Okay,
It could be distance, it could be
right.
strength.
Time
He might
away.
Because it's such a long distance, he maybe will just do one person. We don't know.
Also, one's a Denoblian, one's a Andorian.
Yep.
So Will, I
I
think
forgot.
the captain would contact Miss Priss. What's her name?
Admiral Foxwell.
Admiral Foxwell, yeah. No, she's
Okay.
fine.
Your
She's totally fine.
favorite
I'm
person.
just grumpy. Yeah, and let her know like what we just ran into and like this thing is like down there and like we need
Gotcha.
like what do you want to happen with this like creature that I just
Torpedo.
abandoned on this planet? Yeah.
So you get on there and she says that we probably should quarantine the planet. Do you know if he wanted to stay on the planet? Like, do you know what his intentions were?
It seems like, I mean, you'll have to, read the full report from my commander, but from what I gathered, it seems like he wants to take over your mind.
Okay.
So was not friendly at all. And he also wasn't giving a choice. Like it was forcibly taking over my crew's minds and harming them.
Interesting. Obviously, we want to put a quarantine on this planet, but I'm concerned about him just having free roam of the planet. He seems like a dangerous individual. Should we worry about him getting off the planet?
It seems like he's been there for quite a long time and like he hadn't seen any humanoids in quite a long time. And from all of our scans, there are no humanoids or there's very little even animal life. It's just plant life on this planet. So I don't think that he's in danger of harming anybody.
Okay.
But I wouldn't want anyone else to dock on the planet and have what happened, what we happened.
And you have no reason to believe that he has any means to get off the planet.
There was a abandoned shuttlecraft, but like he couldn't stop us from leaving. And he couldn't come after us. So that was encouraging.
He was dead when you left?
No.
Okay. So do you feel that there's any reason that he would get into the shuttle pod and leave the planet?
I don't think he could because it was, unless he knows how to fix Federation shuttle pods.
So you're not sure what he knows and what he doesn't know.
Right, right.
Okay, well, I would probably investigate what is currently going on with him and the status of the shuttle pod. Perhaps
Okay.
retrieve the shuttle pod.
Okay.
We could put a general Federation quarantine on the planet. I have no problem with that, but perhaps let's not, leave an open door for him.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. My
Torpedo
main
him.
focus was getting my crew that was very injured off of
Yeah,
planet and to safety first.
it's commendable action, Captain. I have no qualms with you trying to get off
Thank you.
to evacuate your crew in a dangerous situation. Now we're just trying to make sure that the door stays shut.
Okay. I will see what I can do and report
Okay.
back.
Sounds good.
Arm torpedo and launch it.
Okay. Love it. Do I think Foxwell will love it?
Do I aim for the person or do I aim for the ship?
I would aim for the shuttle and destroy
Okay.
that so he can't use it, because that was kind of her point.
Okay. So what are you doing? Are you scanning for the shuttle first and shooting, or are you getting an assist with sensors, or are you just shooting at the
I guess let's scan and make sure he's not I'm not trying to kill. I'm not trying to kill him. I don't think that would go over really well with
Okay.
Foxwell. So let's see what's going on down there first.
Okay, so that is someone's probably back up on the bridge because that was a hot minute of conversation and getting back from the shuttle bay.
Because unless anybody directed me somewhere else, I would have gone to the bridge.
The guy was near the shuttle, so if we do a scan near the shuttle, we might be able to pick up the guy.
Okay, so that is a science control difficulty 1.
If he lets us.
15. Am I allowed to use radiation or bioscan for focus?
You can use bioscan.
Okay. 15. And I got 3 successes.
So you get 2 momentum. And Sova scans where the shuttle pod, where the action took place.
Okay.
And when he makes his scan, he finds no life signs, and the shuttle pod is not on the planet.
Uh-oh.
Cool. Okay, well, now let's figure out where the shuttle pod is and blow it up.
Do the shuttles come with any type of beacon that help us find it easier?
You could probably easily press a couple sequences of buttons, and it would kind of flash. It would do almost like find my iPhone kind of thing. Like you press this button to find my phone, and then it goes off. The shuttle would alert, and then you would see it on sensors. So are you at max momentum, Andrew, or no?
We are 5, so we're -1.
So you can roll a engineering control difficulty 0.
So does Jahan want to do this?
I would love to do that. Ooh, that is 1 success.
1
We're at
momentum.
Almost broke my whole hand pressing the button.
Uh-oh.
So at the edge of the planet's atmosphere, you catch the shuttle pod not flying towards the ship.
Not flying towards the ship.
Correct.
That's probably not good.
Nope.
I would contact Foxwell again and let her know and ask her what her orders are.
Okay, so you contact her, and she tells you that she wants you to stop the shuttle from progressing.
I am more so asking her, am I stopping the shuttle dead or alive?
Do you feel like that this individual would cause you permanent harm?
I don't know. It's not looking good.
Okay. Besides him potentially taking over a handful of crewmen, what gives you the inclination that he is violent? That he's going he's deserving of death.
I mean, I don't think he's deserving of death. I'm just wanting to make sure that if that happens,
Yeah. So
gives
she
me a
just
hard time.
basically indicates to you that if you feel like that this person is going to do harm and nothing conventional will stop this individual from doing harm, that you have any means to defend yourself. And if that requires lethal force, then that is what is required. But
Okay.
she's not necessarily saying kill him. She's just saying,
Right.
you know what's
Right.
going on. You use your best judgment.
Okay. Let us go after the shuttle with
Okay.
our cannons ready.
So weapons are armed. So what are you doing? You're attacking the shuttle, or you're just going after it?
I'm gonna first like speak to it
Okay.
and tell him like surrender now.
Okay.
Like, yeah, or we'll fire.
Okay. So while all that's happening up on the bridge and all that good stuff, let's have another fantastic extended task happen.
Wow.
So now it's going to be a medicine control difficulty 3, and somebody can assist with science and presence.
I volunteer 2. I upgraded her presence to a 9 and her science is a 4, so that's a 13.
Okay. Now what you're trying to do is basically take the components and the stuff that you've broken down, the chemicals and all this stuff, and now you're going to try to actually make some sort of neural suppressant.
Okay.
We have max momentum.
Max. Okay. I'll buy
Yep.
1 to start with.
Okay.
I need a 14. So I got a 12, 13, and a 2, which is under my medicine. So that is 4 successes.
Chu got 1.
So 2 momentum, and what is your medicine number?
My medicine is a 4.
So we can only bank 1. So should we use the 2 to advance the track?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to advance the track instead of taking the momentum.
Okay. So lose a momentum because you're using the one and the other.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're down to 5.
And now roll again. That was 10 minutes. And now when you finish this, you'll have caught up and now you guys will be looking for the shuttle. Like
Okay.
chasing the shuttle.
I will buy another momentum.
Okay.
Oh boy. 16, 17, and a 4. So I got 2 successes then.
You got 1.
So you've been working at this thing for 20 minutes. And next time you go to do it, you will have 1 less resistance. Cut to you, Captain. You find the shuttle pod on sensors and you approach it.
Okay. So I would open hailing frequencies.
Okay. So we can have Jahan roll engineering control 0.
That is 2 successes.
2
Very nice.
successes plus
Master
communications engineering for the ship.
That's a 3 and a 6. So we need to roll a 9. And I rolled a 5.
Okay, so 3 successes. So you're at max momentum with an extra. He opens up the hailing communication with the shuttle. And what would you like to say?
I will say, Mr. Uzaveh, I do not appreciate the harm that you did to my crewmates. I would ask you to give me back my shuttle and leave us alone. I understand that you were doing something that you thought was a kindness, but we do not desire that.
I can understand, since you have not yet experienced the next stage of beauty, that you would be confused, my child. If you wish for me to dock aboard your vessel, I can certainly show you what types of gifts I have for you.
May I ask you first, Mr. Uzaveh, what your plans are, where you're headed?
To anywhere I can find more of my children.
And might I ask you, do you understand the meaning of the word no?
I understand that people would be disagreeable when they don't understand the gift that they're being offered.
So am I correct in assuming that you are going to be offering this gift whether it's taken willingly or not?
Look at my children that you have seemed to have taken from the planet. They have no harm done to them. They are fine.
So you're not worried about consent.
I don't understand why you wouldn't accept my gift at all. Whether or not you deem it acceptable or not is not really something that makes quite sense to me. Why would you not want me to share a gift with you? What type of consent do you need to give a gift?
When the gift is a gift that literally changes everything about you as an individual,
Is that what you have discovered when you have looked at my children?
well, why don't you tell me what you've done to your children?
It's much easier to just show you.
Just humor me. Just tell me.
Roll a command presence, difficulty 3.
May I use my focus of persuasion?
Sure.
I guess I'll buy a dice. I got it. But I didn't get my command number.
Okay. So you got two
Three.
successes.
Yeah.
He says, let me guess, your name is Captain Knightley.
Maybe.
I have been able to talk to my children, and I feel like, under what I have learned from them, that you must be the captain of the vessel. I would not imagine anybody else would be talking to me from the shuttle pod. And I must say that your attempts to reason with me, such as these things of you're presenting as freedom of choice, as naive.
Hmm.
And I wish to come aboard, Captain.
Permission not granted. How about you answer the question that I asked you?
And
Why
he
don't you tell
closes
me?
comms.
Okay. Fire up torpedoes.
Okay, so you are doing torpedoes on the shuttle. It is a difficulty 3. It is a control security task by Arhat because he's at tactical, and somebody can roll for the ship weapons security.
I'm buying one dice,
Go for it.
Okay.
and I rolled really, really well.
Yay.
Okay.
2, 3, and 8.
2, 3, and 8. Okay, who's rolling for the ship? It's
I rolled for the ship.
Okay.
Ship did nothing.
Okay, so 3 successes just from you, Mike. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay. You hit him in the weapons with a torpedo. You watch the shuttle pod basically like destabilize, and you get on your sensors that the shuttle pod is losing power.
Okay.
Would you like to shoot again?
I would like to hail him again.
He does not answer.
Okay.
My suggestion would be shoot or grappling hook.
I basically just want to say to him, like, surrender or I will fire again and you'll be dead.
He doesn't pick up comms.
Right. So he's not giving me an option, basically. And I can't just override and talk to him anyway.
No, and we can't just bring him on the ship because
No.
he would try and take over
The
crewmen.
whole ship, yeah. All right. Shoot him again.
Yes, Captain. I'm gonna buy another dice.
Okay.
8, 10, 10. 3 successes.
Ship did nothing again.
So you notice that he is now progressing towards the Drake as you are shooting your weapons, and you watch with that torpedo, it splits into the shuttle pod and ruptures it open. It pretty much obliterates into many pieces.
Shall I scan for life signs, Captain?
Please, yeah.
Pause on that. We're going to go back to Caleb. Caleb, you're going to do your medicine control again.
Okay. I'll buy one momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Three and a 6 and a 17. So that is 3 successes.
You did not succeed this time. So it's only 3.
Okay. So you are able to come up with a temporary neural suppressant. Now what's happening is when he makes the discovery of the neural suppressant, you are now scanning for life signs. So that is a science control difficulty 2, assisted by science sensors of the ship.
Can I add a dice because it's the same field? I'm doing bioscans again.
Yep.
Okay. I got 3.
I rolled a
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So that's another success.
Okay, so there you go.
2 momentum back, or yeah.
Yeah, it was a difficulty 2, so.
Okay.
So the shuttle pod is effectively destroyed. On his scanner, he sees no signs of the body, but again, he can't pinpoint any life signs.
Mm-hmm.
No, I tell the captain I don't see anything, so I can't tell you if he died or if he teleported, or I would recommend checking the ship just to make sure he didn't somehow get on board.
Good idea.
Also, check the 2 in the brig to see how they're reacting.
Mm-hmm.
True.
That's where House is going.
Okay, let's go back to House. House, you're walking to the brig, and what would you like to do? You're outside the brig door.
There's a security officer outside the door.
Yes.
Has anything changed inside the brig?
No, not at all. Not that I've noticed.
No. And they're still secure?
Yes. When we did our last check a minute ago, they were both still secure.
Well, I think I came up with a solution. Will you go in with me?
Yes, sir, doctor. So the two of you go in, and you see that Sakaner is just laying there, still bound up, but he seems like he's just either unconscious or sleeping or exhausted. You're not really quite sure. But when you look over at Sandin, he is standing as close as he can to the brig door with his eyes glowing blue. And you can he's moving his mouth, but you cannot hear him.
Can I push the intercom button?
Yeah.
I want to hear what he's saying.
He's saying, "Please let me out, brother. Let me out. It's okay."
Mm.
So I ask him, is your master around?
Master is always around. If you mean our
Hmm.
father,
Is your father around?
he is always around.
Is he here on the ship?
Roll a command presence difficulty 2.
How many momentum do we have,
We
Andy?
have 5.
Yeah, I'll buy one because I need a 10.
Fifth deck might give it in here. Fifth deck.
Wow. I rolled a 2 and a 10.
So he says to you, "I know that father likes to give his gifts as a surprise, but since you're asking, brother, yes,
Hmm.
he is here."
Well, brother, I have had a change of opinion from when I was on the planet. I would like to receive my gift. I'm sick of this mortal body prison that I'm trapped in. Would I be allowed to meet Father to receive my gift?
Yes,
Where would I be permitted to receive it?
you would have to go to the docking port.
Okay. Thank you, brother. I'll head to the docking port to receive my gift from father. I have a gift here for you.
Yes, I would like to come out. I would like to go with you, brother.
Let me talk to father alone, and then I'll be more persuaded to allow you to come out as we give the gift to the rest of the crew.
Will you take the one with you? He seems not convinced.
Yes, he will come with me.
Hmm. I look forward to your return, brothers.
I as well. And then I put the serum,
Hmm.
I put it inside the like door.
Okay, yeah. Like a food
And
tray
I
type thing. I
say,
know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I say, this is a gift that I have been working on. I would like you to take my gift.
Well, let's put it this way. Mike, you roll a security insight using Sondon's numbers. It'll be a difficulty 2. No, 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 no. Just look at his numbers. You're going to roll again, House. This time it's going to be the same. It's going to be a medicine presence, difficulty 2.
So do I need to roll anything?
I'm going to wait to see what his roll is, but just get ready to roll security insight with Sondon's numbers.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy one momentum. I need a 12. Here we go. It was a difficulty 2.
Yep.
All right, I got a 12 and a 9 and a 15. So
Okay.
that's 2.
So, Mike, it's a difficulty 3 security insight, and I will give you 3 dices.
Okay.
3 d20s.
That's nice. Because you have momentum, right, as
Yep.
the GM. You have your own, yeah.
Yep. 8, 10, and 11.
So he sees the solution in the thing, and he says, "Falsehood, brother." And he picks it up out of the thing, and he throws it to the ground, and he steps on it. And then he says, "You have deceived me, brother. I wish no longer to speak to you." And he walks away from the brig door.
Okay, so I walk over to Walcom and I
Yeah.
say, house to bridge.
Captain here.
This ought to be good. Captain, this is House.
Hello.
I am in the brig.
Okay.
It is very important for you to know that the people down here are not out of the control. And Uzaveh is on the Drake. He's in the shuttle bay. You need to get down to shuttle bay
Yeah.
and find him. And
I
I'm gonna
see
try.
that.
I'm gonna try something in here before he catches on.
Well, I kind of got information from him when I was making him talk to me that he's connected to their minds.
Yeah,
So
that's
he
what I
probably
figured.
already knows.
But at the least, he's just expecting me.
Okay.
So
Do I hear this conversation going on?
Yeah, because you're on the bridge.
Because the moment I would hear intruder in anywhere on the ship, it's locked on the ship.
Yeah, he's not in the ship, and he was told that he is near the docking port.
yeah, that's what I meant. What did I say?
You just said shuttle bay.
Docking bay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Near the docking port.
But that would also indicate that he can breathe in space. Because isn't that where he's outside the ship then probably?
He's Andorian, so
Ah,
Andorians are really good with cold as long as they have some way to breathe.
all right, Captain. Well, I'll meet you there. I have to do something.
Okay.
So I hang up and I go over it and I tell the security guard in there to like cover me. and I open the brig door and I go in and I grab the stuff off the floor
Hmm.
and I just shove it all over his face.
Okay. So it's
What is it? Is
medicine.
it like a
It's like you saw it, like what Flox has. It's like that little circular vial that you shove underneath it.
Oh, okay. So it's not I didn't make like a vegetable paste. I mean, it's an actual
Right.
I
Hypospray.
chemical. Okay. Yeah. So you said he walked away from the door, right? He turned his
Yep.
back and everything?
Yep.
Yeah. So I do it like as quickly as possible.
All right. So it's medicine
Jab him.
daring, difficulty 2.
So I need a 15. I'm gonna buy one momentum. How many we got left before I buy one?
We got 3.
Oh man, I feel like we're gonna need them.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'll buy one. Delta 4 and an 18, so it is 4 successes.
Okay. Emergency medicine. Yeah.
It's emergency medicine.
Yeah. That's what
Absolutely.
you're saying because you rolled a 4.
Get
Okay.
out of here. Yeah, get out of here.
So you pick up what's barely in there. It's still kind of like droplets in the container because he stepped on it.
Oh, yeah, I
And
forgot I stepped on it.
yeah, he kind of broke it. And you get just enough on him, and he starts to kind of like react to you, but you can kind of see that you're successfully getting it. Like his eyes start to like kind of come normal and kind of go back to blue and back to normal. But the other thing that you're noticing is every time he comes back to blue, he is getting more like veiny and like his hair is starting to like whiten
Mhm.
and he's getting like more gaunt in his face.
Hmm.
The longer you leave it on his the chemical on him, that's what's happening.
He's essentially aging.
Essentially. So it seems like you need like a direct like it seems like it's working, but just splashing the medicine on his face is just somehow like warping
Okay.
his being.
So I stop and I just leave and slam the door back again.
And he just collapses to the ground.
I reach into my other pocket and I take out the other one and I jab it into his neck.
Okay, so you with the critical, you
Mhm.
are able to just quickly pull out the next vial and put it in the hypo spray, and you watch him completely just he comes back fully. There's no like transition between eyes and his saying. You can tell that he is like probably gone through the paces and he is a little bit more emaciated. Like you could tell like maybe he's kind of looks like he hasn't had food in maybe a couple weeks. But he's alive and he's not and he's just kind of laying there. And so now we get to who is at the docking port, probably our hat and then somebody.
Akil is with me
Okay.
because Hunter's with him. Akil came to me.
Okay. Are you with him, Captain, or is it just the two of them?
Yeah, I'll go.
What's your plan?
Do I
Don't
know
know.
that he's outside the ship on by the docking ring or docking port?
House and the captain spoke.
So that's what I'm asking. Would I know? Because I was on the bridge too, so I'd hear
Yeah,
that.
you would have heard that conversation.
Can I try reconfiguring to pick him up?
Yeah, you can certainly try, yeah.
What would the difficulty be?
It's a science control difficulty 2, assisted by sensor science.
Okay.
So what would you guys like to do at the docking port?
Are we
Get
able
'em.
to physically see?
You would have to open the door to see out into space. Not like the outer door, just like the inner door between the airlock.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Sensors, science. Can someone try rolling a 10?
Nope.
Alright, so I got 4 successes.
Okay, so you get 2 momentum. And you find nothing on sensors. So you guys get to the outer ring thing of the hull, and you can see over to the side. You can just make out to the side of the docking port where there is like an external manual lever to get inside the ship,
Mm-hmm.
where only Federation officers know where this is you see a frozen, motionless Uzaveh just floating in space.
I would walk back and close the inner door just because he's at the control.
Mhm.
If there's still something there, he opens it. We don't need to be blown out into space.
Okay, okay, okay. Are you guys all in EVA suits?
Initially, that was my thinking.
Okay, that's fine. No, that's cool. I just wanted to just ask. You had enough time to put that together. You don't have to spend a momentum to get that. That's fine.
Yeah.
So while you guys are standing there debating on what to do with the door, House, you go to the other cell to inspect the Connor, right?
Oh, they were separated?
Yeah, they're in two different cells.
Okay.
And when you go in there, he's fine. He doesn't have glowing blue eyes. He doesn't even seem emaciated. He just seems tired.
I was thinking about talking to the bridge, telling the bridge exactly where he is, and seeing if a scan is possible if they know exactly where he is.
Okay. Yep, you can do that. It'd be
Try and get some information on him.
Am I still next to the wall, Com?
Yeah, you're in the brig area.
Is Sova on the bridge?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I would like the house to bridge.
This is Soba. What's happening?
Hey, Sova, can you do a shipwide scan for unknown alien life form?
Okay.
I
So
just
So
is this
have a
difficulty
hunch.
2 or what is this?
so outside his difficulty 1, inside his difficulty 0. So the thing that Mike wants him to do is a difficulty 1. The thing that you wanted to do is a difficulty 0.
So can I do 2 rolls?
Yeah, 2 separate rolls. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll 3
And then
dice.
you, Mike, can roll science and sensors for the ship twice.
Once that time, and I got an 11.
Okay, so nothing from the ship, Andrew.
Okay. So I got 2 successes. I banked 1 and then the other one is extra because we have momentum. Now I'm gonna do outside the ship.
Okay.
And I got 2 successes and we're full. So
Okay.
I just use that momentum to make the scanner better.
So your interior sensor scan shows no other alien life on the ship other than what's normally accounted for on the ship.
Okay.
You find no unaccounted for life signs on the ship. Even within the brig, you don't find anything. On the exterior, when you scan specifically, you get biodata results, but you find absolutely nothing. Okay. And so there is no life sign reading there. Like you're almost like scanning like the part of the ship, but what you get is an Andorian, and his life signs show that he is hundreds of years old. There is some sort of thing in his body that is not Andorian in nature, and that you, as a science officer, would define as a parasite.
Okay. Can I contact the house and the captain and everybody at the same
Yeah,
time?
that's fine. You could make you could just make a multi-call. It's not difficult.
So I would just let them know there's nothing on the ship that I could detect, and I let them know about the Andorian body. It's hundreds of years old, but I do detect a parasite. So there is a question of, is the parasite the one giving him his powers?
Can you isolate that parasite DNA?
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can spend momentum.
All right. One momentum. I want more
Beam it
information.
out of him.
Yeah, beam it right out of his corpse.
So when you focus your scans more on the parasite and you kind of retune your scanner, you discover that the parasite is likely from Parjali 2, and it is not Andorian in nature.
Yeah,
I would like to use Studious to ask a bonus question.
Yep.
Do I detect any life signs from the parasite?
No.
Okay.
So now we
So
need to
let's-
go scan our crew members for the parasite.
Can I send the data to House so he knows what he's looking for?
Yeah. So I think I'll just let it be a free medical scan. You guys are pretty much at max, and I think it would be a difficulty 0.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
House, you see on the medical scan that it seems like there was something present in Sandan's body, but it's not whatever it was. If it was a parasite, is no longer present in his body. It seems like his body or the medicine like basically like broke it up.
What about the other guy?
Yeah, and then doing a scan on Sakaner is the same. It's the same, but there's even less evidence that the parasite was there.
Okay. So they're gonna be fine. And the guy is dead, basically.
I would like to try to harvest the parasite if at all possible.
That's your choice.
If that's yeah, is that something that I can do?
You could totally bring the body aboard and do that. Yeah.
I would
Yeah, definitely
recommend
wouldn't thaw out and then infect everybody.
I would recommend like tons of procedure, like put him in quarantine while you're doing the procedure, and
My
I'll get
vote
the
is
ropes.
go over by a star and beam it into orbit around the star.
I just want to examine the parasite so
This is
that we
what.
can detect it in the future, you know,
Yeah,
for
that's fine.
science.
I feel bad that the
Purposes.
guy had to die,
Well,
but
Do you? Do you feel
Alright.
bad?
yeah, I do.
Do you
He
feel bad,
lived a
Captain?
long life.
Yeah, I guess he did,
Yeah.
didn't he?
He lived a
So
long, miserable, torturous life.
so because of everybody's hesitancy and House likes a challenge, House goes out onto the hull and you watch him cut into the body of
Nice.
Uzaveh and remove the
You know it.
parasite. And he seals the parasite into one of his medical containers and re-enters the ship.
Nice work, House.
do you
This
bring
reminds
the
me of
body with
something.
you, or
Nah.
Now, what
I
would
leave
you
it
like
in
to do with the
space.
body? Push
The
it.
body I just push off into space and I take the container.
Okay, so this is where we will end it. This will be the conclusion of episode 12.
minutes?
What the two of you Jahan being a linguistics and an Andorian, as well as Arhat and perhaps other Andorians on the ship. You guys have on your hand scanners the first landing party. You have on the hand scanner like recordings of the parchment that was in the hut, and it's obviously the parchment that you had read aloud, Arhat.
Okay.
And what you get after, let's say, a day of looking this over with everybody, a group of Andorians working together, since the parchment is written in ancient Andorian, the writings end up describing a lone Andorian explorer who crashed onto this moon and encountered who he believes to be Uzaveh, and he submitted to him in hopes of achieving infinite knowledge and power.
Mhm. Classic.
And so basically what you guys are able to surmise is that this individual, this Andorian explorer, somehow was either deceived or he saw something that he believed was Uzaveh and basically either consent, like he did consent to the gift or he didn't consent to the gift and he's been on the planet for hundreds of years. And House, when he's looking at the parasite, is able to kind of put together that this thing can be transmitted through touch, through air, through droplets. It's highly, highly parasitic in nature.
Mm.
And that once it attaches to its host or to its person, that it allows the individuals to communicate to each other on a telepathic level.
That's cool. Why
And
couldn't we harm him?
what's that?
Why couldn't we harm him?
It was just the parasite also has like an ability to quickly like heal itself,
Cool.
which is why he was hundreds of years old. It
Gotcha.
had the ability to sustain his structure. But when it reached, but House is able to determine that by looking at the parasite, that if it continued to take like intense damage, like lethal damage, like destructive damage,
Hmm.
the only way for this thing to repair itself is to essentially absorb or steal from other hosts. So he's able to extrapolate that what was happening was he somehow survived the explosion of the shuttle pod and was freezing to death and dying out in space, but he was using Sanden's life to stay alive on the outside.
Oh, I'm a
Poor guy.
hero.
And then it seems like once Sanden was broken free of that control, Uzaveh just died in space.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess I should let Foxwell know what happened.
And we need Starbase to order us another shuttle pod.
But yeah, that'll conclude Mirth of the Heart officially. Episode 12. And then we will return and begin our season finale, episode 13, entitled To Unpathed Waters, Undreamed Shores.
Wow.
Yep. Well, let me write that down so I don't
Oh,
forget.
very poetic of you.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.